14 degrees. That is how cold it will be in Mobile, Alabama this Sunday morning. Is your city about to experience the coldest air mass of the entire winter season? Right now, 400,000 people are sitting in homes with no power, and the Arctic blast coming this weekend is going to make that situation life-threatening. Stay with me for the next 30 seconds because I'm about to show you the exact hour this brutal cold arrives in your neighborhood. Drop your city in the comments right now and I'll give you personalized snow and cold forecasts in tomorrow's update. Seriously, comment your location below. I am reading every single one and tailoring tomorrow's video to what you guys need to know. Atlanta, you are looking at snow starting Saturday morning around 8 a.m. Charlotte, this hits you Saturday afternoon with heavy rates. Raleigh, Saturday evening into Sunday is your window. Richmond, you are getting hammered Sunday morning. Boston, Sunday afternoon through Monday morning could bring blizzard conditions. And folks in eastern North Carolina, you might see the heaviest snow of this entire event. All right, let's jump into what is happening because new model data just came in and we are seeing a massive shift to the east on the track of this storm. Now, here's what nobody is talking about. We've got chances for some Gulf effect snow flurries happening over portions of Florida. We're talking maybe even all the way into Tampa. This will not add up to measurable amounts, but you could see some flurries as these Arctic temperatures move across those warmer Gulf waters. That is how cold this air mass is, people. Now, as far as snowfall for the next 72 hours, and this is critical, what I am showing you right now is not the full forecast. This is only 72 hours. The totals are going to go up significantly. But you can see over here for portions of northern Georgia, you are going to see a little bit. South Carolina towards Virginia is where it starts to get really heavy. Columbia, Anderson, all the way up towards Greenville, you are looking at a few inches so far out of this. You can prepare for maybe 3 to 4 inches over here for eastern Tennessee, all the way towards Asheville and Hickory, North Carolina. But here's where things get interesting. We're still going to see more inches add up, and what S going to add up later is going to be along the coast of North Carolina. This is where you could have chances for blizzards. Stick with me because at minute 5 I am showing you the one detail that has me most concerned about this storm, and it affects way more people than you think. Also over here for portions of eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, I think you also have chances for blizzards developing. So far for the next 72 hours you can see what's adding up. Charlotte, Raleigh, Fayetteville, at least prepare for these impacts potentially getting even stronger. Over here for Virginia, Roanoke, Danville getting 6 inches. Over here towards Richmond, 3 inches, but this is where it's going to add up to way more. Eastern North Carolina, Eastern Virginia, the impacts are going to be much bigger. Now watch what happens next. This shows it going all the way up towards West Virginia, all the way towards Charleston, getting a couple inches. Towards Beckley, you are getting a few inches as well. So this is going to add up to major snowfall. Major is 6 inches, but you see how it is starting to add up offshore, and once this adds up right offshore, you have a better chance to add up even more over here for Virginia and North Carolina. Unfortunately for folks from Charlotte to Fayetteville, Raleigh, all the way towards Roanoke, this is where I think it is going to add up towards major snowfall. Also over here for far southern Delmarva, Maryland, and Delaware, then it is going to come right up towards the northeast, bringing heavy snow over here for eastern Long Island, over towards Rhode Island and Boston, where you all have heavy snowfall coming down. And here is the kicker, the blizzards will be in effect for you guys as well. Now here's where I need to pause for a second. I have new updates on what's going on, not only with the power outages, but unfortunately some tragic news came out about this last winter storm. The latest update shows unfortunately 41 people are confirmed dead from this last winter storm and the cold temperatures that hit right behind it. And we still have almost 400,000 homes without power right now. Tennessee is at 128,000, Mississippi 114,000. Louisiana is at 71,000, Texas at 21,000, Kentucky at 11,000, and everyone else is either 4,000 or 5,000 without power. And unfortunately, the freezing temperatures are coming down again for tomorrow. The northern half of the United States is going to see negative temperatures and brutal wind chills for tomorrow morning. Keep watching because the most important part is coming up in just a minute, and this affects everyone in the path of this storm. These impacts are growing as we go through Saturday morning, showing the chances for minor impacts growing greatly from Saturday morning through Saturday evening all the way from northern Georgia, but really hitting hard for all of South Carolina from upstate towards Columbia. Over here for North Carolina as well, going into Virginia, And as you go by Saturday evening into Sunday is where it pivots right along the North Carolina coast. This is where I think the heaviest snowfall will add up. Then it goes across the southern Delmarva, Maryland, Delaware, even portions of southern New Jersey could get hit with this. Eastern Long Island, and then curve right back up towards Boston and Rhode Island again, where I think you are going to see heavy snowfall and the blizzard conditions coming back. Right now, the GFS is showing this track, but the European model, it is showing a slightly different position. That's a big difference in who gets the heaviest snow. We'll know which one is right by tomorrow morning as model runs. Remember to drop your city below. I am giving personalized forecasts in tomorrow's video based on what you guys are asking about. Even your chances for moderate impacts has grown even more as you go through Saturday evening, getting all the way up towards that 90th percentile, which puts you right into major impacts. This is going to be the biggest hard-hit area all the way from Charlotte towards Asheboro and Raleigh, all the way towards Concord and Greensboro. This is going to be the hardest hit area so far on your impacts. So be careful if you re-traveling through the Carolinas. And as you go through Sunday morning, look, it stretches all the way towards the coast, all the way towards Virginia Beach, where you in a 90th percentile for moderate impacts, which means you are going to go off into major impacts as well. Even major impacts is getting all the way up towards that 50th percentile. So Saturday afternoon all the way towards Sunday afternoon is going to be the most dangerous time to travel all the way from Charlotte towards Raleigh, all the way towards Richmond. Now, here's what is really crazy about this. You can see from the latest forecast as you go literally towards that 72 hours, you only have a little bit of impacts coming through. That's why the snowfall only showed 4 or 5 inches initially. But you can also see, as it plays through, it really pivots right there as you go towards 4 days, right at 84 hours. This is with the Euro showing that strong low pressure right off the coast. Wait until you see this next part. When you go by GFS, it's showing the same area, just a little bit heavier precipitation. Then as you go further up the coast, you can see it squeezes right by New Jersey and goes right by Long Island towards Boston. Still have a tight wind gradient, so with those isobars, that means you're going to have low pressure and high pressure squeezing together, creating the tight winds, bringing the chances for those blizzards. And you can see on GFS, it goes a little bit tighter right there on the northeast, a little bit longer. That why it heavier snow totals all the way towards New England. And once again, you can see it goes right towards New England, right towards Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, bringing heavy snowfall, bringing chances for the blizzard as well as you go through Sunday evening. This is the part that honestly has me concerned. Latest updates, the liquid GFS is bringing that 1 to 2 feet of snowfall. 2 feet is in that blue. Matter of fact, it goes all the way up towards 4 feet in that blue, all the way across North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Eastern Tennessee, and Kentucky. And it goes right across the Delmarva and hits right towards New England. Now, that is the latest update. And you can see it's pretty much on a set track. So last night it showed that heavy snowfall. This morning it shifted further towards the east. And the latest update is confirming the same information. The Canadian model as well, look at this, showing that 1 to 2 to 3, up to 4 feet of snow coming across with this. And that is a possibility. That is what trending right now. But models can be wrong. Forecasts change. Let's hope. This is one of those times where the models overdid it, especially with those 4-foot totals. I don't want to overhype this, but we need to prepare for the possibility. When I look through the ensembles, actually what the Euro is seeing is trending more in the ensembles. Look at this showing a big wallop of snow coming across for Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. Then all the heavy snow from the bombogenesis is happening in the Atlantic. So you might get heavier snow over here for eastern Long Island going through Connecticut, Massachusetts. You are still going to get it for Tennessee and Kentucky. And we are still getting some lake effect snow. But remember, we have that snowy pattern coming right behind this storm. So the video I showed you this morning is still bringing a wide area of heavy snow for Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, some of West Virginia, but going really towards the northeast and bringing that big wall of snow. Now it's missing across New Jersey in some of these models, but also bringing feet of snow showing the heaviest will be right here into the Atlantic. But if this shifts a little bit further towards the west, you could be talking about feet of snow for Boston. Check back tomorrow because we'll have much better clarity on exactly where that western edge sets up. When you go by GFS, it is seeing almost the same twist, but is bringing that heavy snow over here For the southeast, for the Carolinas, bringing that 2 feet plus. You see that? And with the Canadian model, it is trending the same way. As of right now, expect chances for 6 inches of snowfall, potentially a foot towards the coast of North Carolina and Virginia. I will update you first thing in the morning. I am not quite sold yet on this widespread 2 feet of snow everywhere. We are about 48 hours away from high confidence on those totals. When you look with the Euro, it's more like what we are seeing, a strong storm bringing that 50 miles per hour wind gust, even the high 40s across land, all across the southeast, wrapped up the east coast. Now, all this red, this is all 60s, and that brown S going towards 70s in terms of wind speed, a very strong storm right off the coast. And this is what you expect to see from bombogenesis, a lot of powerful winds. So wherever this system is peeling up the coast, wherever it hits, it is going to get a lot of strong winds to go with the snow. That S, where your blizzards are going to come in at. If the GFS verifies, you are looking at near blizzard conditions from the Outer Banks through Boston. But if the Euro is correct, we are talking about the heaviest impacts staying just offshore with less snow for coastal cities. Make sure you check back tomorrow when we have the latest model runs. Still showing the wave height is anywhere from 10 to 12 feet all the way for the coast of Florida and eastern Florida, all along South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina coast. But it grows towards that 20 feet once it goes towards the east. So once it gets by the Outer Banks and starts moving towards the northeast, that S where you can get those 20-foot waves all the way towards that low, kinking, going towards that northward tilt towards the northeast, bringing 20-foot waves as well. Let me wrap this up with the key takeaways. We re-looking at a major winter storm impacting the southeast through the northeast Saturday through Sunday. Snowfall totals ranging from 3 to 6 inches inland, potentially a foot or more near the coast of the Carolinas and Virginia. Blizzard conditions are possible for eastern North Carolina, eastern Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. 400,000 people are still without power from the last storm, and this Arctic air behind this system is going to be dangerous. Now, things could still change. We don't know exactly where that heaviest band sets up yet. It is still too far out to know for certain which cities see a foot versus which cities see 4 inches. Tomorrow morning, I am revealing the latest high-resolution model data that just came in overnight. If you are in the Carolinas or the Northeast, you absolutely need to see what the newest Euro run is showing. It's not what anyone expected, and it could change everything about Sunday's impact zone. Comment your city below, and I'll have personalized details for you tomorrow. I am reading every single one. Thank you for trusting me to keep you informed during this difficult weather pattern. There's a lot of people still impacted from the previous winter storm and dealing with these temperatures. Please make sure you check on your neighbors. Check on everybody. Make sure they re-okay, especially if you have power. Maybe they can come wash or dry clothes, anything to help your neighbor. Next update is tomorrow morning. Make sure you resubscribe so you don't miss it. This could change significantly overnight, so check back in 12 hours for the latest. Stay warm, stay safe, and I'll see you